So you have $200 and you want to spend it on a controller. And I think the most important question you need to ask yourself is what kind of games are you looking to play? How specialized of a controller do you need? As there are $200 controllers that are literally made for one game, like certain mech games or Farm Simulator. Neither of which I have much experience with, as I don't have enough money to dedicate $200 to one game. Next, we have controllers that are specialized for just one genre, that being the racing wheels. And no, not every single racing wheel is going to run you $200. Many of them are much cheaper than that. And some of them are much more expensive, but you can get a very respectable one for about $200. But personally, I'm not much of a racing fan, so I have little experience with the racing wheel. But I absolutely get how someone could be so into racing games that they gotta have one of these. Next up, we have the Fight Stick, or Arcade Stick. And here again, not all examples will run you $200, with many examples being cheaper, and a few examples being quite a bit more. But a decent one, with some Sanwa or Famitsu parts, is gonna run you right around $200. And you might be saying, well, isn't this just a fighting game controller? And yeah, arcade sticks are called fight sticks because they absolutely excel at playing fighting games. But they can improve virtually any 2D game. There are many arcade collections that you can get on modern consoles, and they are all universally improved with an arcade stick. And even games that aren't from the arcade can be improved, like play the Castlevania collection, or the Contra collection. Both experiences massively improved with a stick. So if you have any appreciation for older games, I think an arcade stick can absolutely be worth a $200 investment. The last option is a completely unspecialized controller. Something like the Xbox Elite controllers. Those retail for $180, but similar products exist for PlayStation and Switch. And as these are just fancy versions of regular controllers, they aren't really meant with any specific game or game genre in mind. They instead have features on them that could potentially be useful in any game, depending on how you use these features. These type of controllers also usually boast about the materials used in their manufacturing, and will often claim that the buttons or sticks they use are in some way superior to your standard variety. And they usually have at least a few options that can be changed on the fly by the user, to custom tailor the controller, at least to an extent, to the user. And these can actually feel really nice in the hand and be very nice to use. But as they aren't necessarily specialized for anything, it's a little harder to justify paying 3 to 4 times the price of a regular controller for one of these. So in the end, what $200 controller is right for you? Well, that depends on what you play. But personally, if I were sitting here with $200, I'd recommend buying some more games instead of a new controller. Because I'm willing to bet you'll get a lot more enjoyment out of some new games than out of having a fancy controller to play your games with. Please do like, comment, subscribe, and tell your friends.